So, it's the episode I have been waiting for. I mean, we have been waiting for. Get to see Burecci's team of Passione. And I gotta say, these team members are like anything you will ever see in any other JoJo ever. I am dead serious. These guys are not like your average JoJo team members. They're about friendship and teamwork, but however, it comes with a cost and a price. Of course, they're not 100% trustworthy of each other just yet. So without further ado, let's get into the introduction of this team. Let's talk about Nara-chan. Nara-chan seems to be probably one of the youngest, except for he is 2 years older than Jirano. He, however, seems to be the most gullible, and just plain out stupid of the characters altogether. He never went to grade school and probably even any other educational system, therefore he is not that smart, not that bright whatsoever. So the question is why he never did went to school. We'll probably learn that later down the line. He seems the type of kid who just likes to go with the flow. He doesn't need to know everything, but he does like to follow someone he trusts. Now, following up that, we have to go with Fugo. Fugo is probably one of my most interesting characters that I did like inside of Part 5. He seems to be a calm, reasonable man until you give him some bullshit. When you do that, he will lose his temper and completely beat the crap out of you with the nearest object in line. Seen in this episode, we quickly grab the fork and stab Nara-chan through the cheek and constantly bang his head through the table. I'm like, damn, man, you got some issues. But imagine you're a teacher, you're teaching someone for a very long time how to do multiplications, and he gave you this totally complete bullshit homework. Of course, you will look dead at them, take their head, and just constantly smash it into the table. That's not how you recommend it, but I know that's how most people feel when they see someone they work really hard to help study, and they give them something like that. That was freaking hilarious. Next line, we have Mista. Mista also seems like a pretty nice guy, but however, he has a giant superstition of the number 4. Knowing how the number 4 always brings bad luck to him. Some people says it could be the number 6 or 7, but be honest with you, or even 13, but it depends on each person. I remember seeing a movie before where a woman didn't like the number 5 because it always brings her bad luck. For instance, one time when she was in the hospital, someone donated her $500, only to find out later on that $500 was stolen. There was a time when she was also parking in lot 5 where her husband left her as well, along with her baby. Unborn baby, by the way. So number 5 was bad luck for her, and other people can have their unlucky numbers as well. So him being scared of number 4 is over-exaggerated, but yet at the same time understandable. So he is also a very interesting character. And finally we have Apako. Apako seems to be, in a way, kind of like the second command next to Burecci. He seems to be the oldest and most mature. While the others were making a fuss and arguing with each other, he seems to be the one that's more calm and collective, but also, in a way, untrustworthy to strangers. He will admire you if you go the distance showing how well you are for trust, but at the same time, he'll suspect you for being so desperate. Such a scene where he try to have Jirano drink his piss. Like, oh my god, that was crazy right there. He just literally just went in the teacup, piss in the teacup, be like, drink it. He said thank you for the tea, drink it. And in some customs in other countries, when you say thank you for foods or drinks, you have an obligation in a way to accept it and take it at that moment, especially when it comes to food. When you say thank you for the food there, they expect you to eat the food. Of course, if you don't eat the food, it's a sign of disrespect. And in those countries over there, respect is held in high regards. So if you do something like that, yeah, some stuff's going to start, and I don't want to talk about it. Now, this team of people seem like they shouldn't work together. It shouldn't. But under the light leadership, it can work perfectly. You just need to know where you put each person and how to do what they can do. So, being said, let's talk about Burecci as a person. He is highly respected in his area. People respect him, they wave at him so they say hi, they allow him to have free stuff, because he's an example of what old traditional gangs were back in the day. Back in the day where, like I keep saying this, I'm gonna say it again, It was about protecting your community. That's what it was about back in the day. It was protecting your community from corruption that the authorities wouldn't protect you from. And in order to do that, you have become the anti-heroes of that community. Well, under the law's eyes, you are known as full-out criminals, even though you're doing it for the sake of community. So in a way, anti-heroes. But I wouldn't technically call them heroes, I guess, or even anti, but hey, they're still doing wrong against the law. But then again, the law itself is not protecting the citizens. Proving this episode how everyone just loved Buruichi. Even the two old ladies were saying how one of their sons were beating on them and also was selling drugs. Seeing this automatically raised an alarm for him, where he cannot stand when young people deal with drugs. He believes you should wait to a certain age of manhood in order to start getting to the corruption of the real world. And because of that, he is on high alarm and is willing to stop it at any cost. So this gave me a much higher and deeper respect for Buruichi the character, and I can see why he's a very big fan favorite among the JoJo community. I can say he well deserves it. Now, let's talk about the plot setting. In last episode, Buffalo is dead. He is considered to have committed suicide, even though we all know how he really died. And because of that, everything is in disarray now. When it came to trust of the main boss, which no one has seen or heard from, it was said that Popolo was the one that he trusted the most, and Popolo trusted Buruichi the most. Now that he's gone, that trust is gone and up in the air, and his spot is to be taken. However, in order for you to take a couple spot, you don't just get it by high regard respect, you also need the money. So outside of this, we all know that Popolo turns out had freaking 10 billion lyre, or whatever it's called, when it comes to their currency, and that is a freaking lot. I don't know how much that is in American US bucks, but the fact that it is 10 billion, that'll get you at the spot, definitely at the spot, to be a Kopo. So however, he hid his treasure. He left everything he owns in one piece. I'm just kidding. But now the rumor's spreading around the organization, and now everyone's out to get the treasure. But however, Buruichi is the only one who really knows where it's at. So he takes the yacht out to the ocean to go find the treasure. As everything seems to be going well, automatically they are, of course, attacked by a stand user. But this stand user is to be very strange, where wherever someone goes somewhere, they immediately disappear, and no trace of them is to be left behind. With something like this, you expect they could be dead, but this is a stand, and stands always work in different mysterious ways. So in a way, thanks to Giorno's smarts, using a piece of Narachan, he found out that they're not dead, but in fact, they're just hidden somewhere on the boat, but in a very mysterious location by a stand user. However, of course, Apako still doesn't trust Giorno because being someone within the gang community, you don't automatically trust people just because even if the boss trusts them. Some people will be like, hey, the boss trusts you, I trust you. But it cannot always be like that. The right-hand man must be cautious at all time. Even when the boss does trust somebody, it's up to the right-hand man as well to be cautious just in case the boss makes a wrong decision. And that is possible. That's why you have a right-hand man. And of course, Abacho doesn't completely trust Giorno all the way. He believes he's hiding something, or he was too easy to get along with. As you can see, after Giorno pretended he drank the tea, everyone was impressed with him and were already okay with him at an extent. But of course, that is very suspicious how you see someone who's very new can automatically get along with people like that, because they're a people person. Sometimes those are the kind of people you can't trust. But because of that, he has a very hard time trusting Giorno all the way, and that is understandable. If you hold your position in high regards and full respect, of course you do whatever you can to protect your boss, especially if he's a very good boss, after all. You don't get that much good bosses in this world, after all. So now, it is up to see the power of Apacho stand in next episode. I gotta say, this is a very interesting episode, seeing the gang and how they react, their personalities at the full extent, which is amazing. They have really explosive personalities, I love it. And of course, to see the spins that's happening on the boat right now, it's also good. On the ultimate treasure hunt for One Piece. No, it's not One Piece, it's just that. It reminds me of One Piece in a way, Some big guy dies, and now he lifts the treasure that's worth like more than millions, billions. and everyone's out to get it and stuff. And whoever does get it will earn a spot of capo. So yeah, one preach reference right there. Anyways, I enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys did too. If you enjoyed this video, please rate, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload. This has been Madcrownxox, and I'm signing out. Have a good one, guys.